Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is having a good time. The energy looks low. This is our last session. I'll not take much of your time, right? I'll start the session, and after this, we're gonna have an exciting awards. So before we start, I would like my panelists to introduce themselves.
Good evening, dear friends. Good evening, dear colleagues. It's a great pleasure to greet you all today and to be a part of this discussion. My name is Natalia Svitinok. I'm a principal of Woodland British School. Our school is one of 9 educational ventures of Woodland Park Education Group of Schools. I have over 20 years of experience in education, and my 18 best years passed in the Middle East. I was lucky to be a part of opening of 3 new international schools in Middle East, one in Riyadh, in Dubai, and in Ajman. So welcome.
Salam alaikum. My name is Maggie Bailey, and I've just stopped being the CEO of New Century Education. My commitment to education is 40 years long. I did 38 years in the UK and then went to Saudi and have been in the UAE for 4 years, nearly. My work is very much dedicated to government schools. I have a complete commitment to believing that education is the route to equality. Interesting debates around collaboration and competition between the private and the government sector. But I hope today that we can have a really interesting discussion about how we can use all the ideas we've heard today and make our education system even better within the UAE. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Meritto, for inviting me here. It's an absolute pleasure to be here this evening. I'm the principal of Al Yafa High School. My name is Neeta Shetty. I've been in Dubai for 28 years, and all my experience has been in Dubai, and it has all along been in British curriculum schools. I hope I don't look like a dinosaur, but it's been a long time. Al Yafa High School is a 43-year young school, and we are situated in Al Nada, Gises. Thank you once again.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mahmoud Al-Haq. I'm the head of curriculum and assessment at Dubai National School, Al Barsha. I can see lots of familiar faces. And I'm actually glad to be here. I'd like to thank Meritto for organizing such a wonderful event from educators from across the level, from school to university. And it was wonderful to hear. And one thing that resonated a few days ago when we were talking about World School Summit, when education wins, everybody wins. So we are here to share our ideas to win all the institute we have, and at the same time, help our children to win. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Raiden Aranjo. I'm the Vice President of Commercial and Growth at GEMS Education. GEMS is the largest for-profit K-12 school operator in the world. And what I do at GEMS is I help GEMS open up its footprint, open up new schools, new markets, and hopefully create schools that you all consider world-class.
Hi, good evening. My name is Amol Vaidya. I am Deputy Chief Operating Officer of Global Schools Group, Singapore. We operate 64 campuses in 11 countries. And I have a confession to make because I am loath to attend conferences. I am very, very glad that I have come here today because the trigger was because somebody told me that a lot of universities will be present. And I have keenly listened to what all universities have spoken. And I would like to gently point out that while schools supply the input to the universities, there was hardly any mention of any university-school interaction. And because there was previous, panel was on AI, and somebody tried to work on ChatGPT. So I asked ChatGPT how many school-going children are there in UAE. And you'll be astonished to know that there are 1.2 million school-going children in GPT. Just look at the kind of market local schools can provide to universities operating in UAE, and therefore a request from all the schools will be universities should increase their participation in the school programs rather than looking up and trying to build bridges with the industry. They should probably look down and look at their supply chain, which is being fed to them. So up to you.
Thank you so much, fellow panelists. So since we have discussed about university, we have talked about students, we have talked about technology. Now let's deep dive into K-12 and understand how K-12 market is behaving. So my first question is for Mr. Raiden. Could you share how the school landscape in UAE has evolved over the past decades? And also if you can throw some light on GEM's journey, since it's one of the industry stalwart, how they have become so big, what is the value proposition, what makes you GEMS?
Thank you very much for the question. I think we're extremely blessed to be in the UAE. It's one of the largest private education markets in the world. As you rightly said, sir, it's got a lot of growth, a lot of potential. And the key to success, if I may speak to some of GEM's success, is the ability to contextualize a school at every price point, with every product, with every curriculum for everyone in the market, right? So this is a country where people don't pay personal income taxes, and hence there is a demand for private K-12 education at almost every price point. What's important is being able to deliver a product relevant to the market, relevant to the catchment area, across the entire price segment. So we can't only say that we open premium schools or we open expensive schools. We will open up any school that the catchment area, the local catchment area of the market requires. And that is critical to being successful in the K-12 market in the UAE. Another thing to keep in mind is the inspection framework that all of the regulators, SPIA included, offer school operators in the UAE, really puts UAE on a pedestal. Because in most other countries, there is no true barometer of quality that parents can rely on. There's only schools doing their own marketing and singing their own praises. But here in the UAE, we are given the inspection frameworks, and schools are allowed to outdo themselves and achieve high inspection outcomes and build their own brand. So that's another blessing that we have in the UAE, and that's what's helped with our success.
Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. So guys, that's the recipe to become GEMS. Now, since we talk about international curriculum, so I would like to ask the question to Mr. Amol. Right, I know, sir, you have been waiting for a long time. You don't visit a lot of events like this. But the question is, how are international curricula being integrated into UAE schools, and what impact does this have on students' preparedness for global opportunities?
See, am I audible? Yeah. Unlike countries like India or UK or USA, UAE has been blessed with a background that there has been no legacy education system. That means that they can leapfrog years of advantage over the others and leapfrog into a completely different education system very quickly. And we see that happening in UAE as well as, if I may extend my vision, to Saudi Arabia now. So they need to play smart about it. We see, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Sharjah playing a smart game on that. But there are contrarian things happening there. Because the moment you talk of innovation and creativity, two words come to the mind, that is sense of wonder and looking at possibilities. In a tightly controlled regulatory system, both the things are compromised. So that's my gentle suggestion to the government regulators here. You need to look at how to balance the creativity and innovation from the school system as such, and the overall education system, and how you can ensure that you can leapfrog rather than having an organic growth, have a quick jump ahead of the competition. It's a challenge, but I think so far my experience in Middle East is very positive.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your thoughts. The next question is to Ms. Maggie. For schools in the UAE that offers an international curriculum, how do you attract, engage, and enroll students specifically for such curriculum?
So I believe that curriculum is the root of everything. However, I don't believe that there is any real difference between curriculums. Algebra is algebra, whether you teach it through the British curriculum, the American curriculum, the Indian curriculum. So for me, it's about actually really delving down and understanding what are the skills we want our children to develop. You cannot be creative unless you have skills. What makes a child more creative is the skill sets that they have, the different mediums they can use through art, through experimental learning. So for me, it's about making sure that the curriculum meets the needs of the children, not for now, as many people have spoken about, but for the future. And our children won't keep one job. My father stayed in the same job for 45 years. That will not happen anymore. So those skills, those transferable skills, need to run through all the curriculums, that wherever they're coming from. So if you look at someone like Michael Fullan, the great Canadian educator, he talks about the 6 competencies: creative thinking, collaborations, all beginning with C's, remarkably. So for me, it is about making sure that you have a knowledge-rich curriculum, but the skill sets that you're teaching the children are the ones that we really concern ourselves with.
Thank you so much. So skill sets is the most important point. Now, since we are talking about skill sets and we have listened that Neeta ma'am has been there in the industry for past 25 years, right? You don't look like a dinosaur at all, right? Sorry, 28 years, right? So my question for you is, are there specific tech tools or platforms that have proven especially effective for diverse student needs in MENA region?
I can talk from my experience in my school. We do use a variety of tools, but we as a school, we are a Microsoft showcase school, so predominantly all the tools that we use have been Microsoft tools. And I think after COVID-19, overnight we had to switch gears and move to the online mode. That's when we completely adopted Microsoft showcase tools. We were, doing our online lessons through Teams. So since then, there's been a great reliance on all these tools. And of course, needless to say, you have a lot of web-based AI tools that our students use, but we also use certain tools like MyMaths for mathematics, Education City for our primary students, Pearson Active Learn. All these tools have been greatly useful and valuable for us.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And just to let you know, Meritto is one of the AI tools.
Okay.
So maybe you can try using Meritto as well.
All right, we'll try that.
So my next question is to Ms. Natalia. How do you approach curriculum design to ensure it reflects the diversity of MENA region while preparing students for global opportunities?
To be frank, if to check how our curriculum planning was 10 years ago and now it's completely different. Every year we include in our curriculum more and more integrations. First of all, what I want to tell you, before mostly our curriculum was standard-based and based on content. Now our curriculum mostly based on the skills. And in UAE, what I like most of all, they develop the system and the range of competences or 21st century skills which are integrated in our curriculum. When we are planning curriculum, we first of all integrate this 21st century skills and competences. We integrate differentiation because first of all, curriculum is planned for real children and it must be differentiated. We include their real life experience because first of all, education must be practical, not theoretical. We include inclusivity, and for sure in each school in UAE, to be frank, a unique country because they have a diversity of cultures and educational system. There are more than 200 different curriculums in UAE. So each school in UAE, we have our curriculum for the school, and also we are taking UAE national curriculum, which is different for Arabic speakers and non-Arab speakers. So when we are planning our curriculum, we try to measure and to include all these things in our curriculum.
Thank you so much. 200 plus, different curriculums. So the next question is for Mr. Mahmood. As demand for high quality education grows in MENA, what opportunity arises in scaling schools while maintaining excellence and inclusivity?
Well, in terms of
You have to show some energy,
our,
sir.
our experience with the demography, I know the James is quite big and they can scale quite for bigger market. Uh, we are a small school. We have got only 4,000 students, 2 branches. Okay, and our focus market mainly Emirati locals. Okay, we provide American curriculum, with deeply rooted Islamic values, and Emirati culture embedded within it. So at the moment, what we're doing is that we have adopted so many tools, including AI tools. But again, while I was listening about AI, we use personalized learning path for every single student with the support of AI. But again, under supervision of HI, that means human intelligence. We do not allow AI to directly just engage with student. Okay, so that is so I can see that these tools are becoming much efficient compared to like ChatGPT when it came. Right now, if it still hallucinate, it is not a perfect tool, but more and more it is able to become like an AI tutor. Right now we have assignment, we have some LMS where we are able to put that AI tutor within our every single assignment is helping. So now the cost could be strictly you can reduce it to scale it up and then acquire more and more students and then scale it for more students. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir, for your thoughts. In the interest of time, before I get a prompt, right? I'll give 30 seconds to each of the panelists to help us. What is the one mantra, right, or for building a world-class schools in MENA region as per your experience. So we'll start with Amol, sir, if you allow.
So, as I said, MENA region doesn't have a legacy system, the burden of carrying the legacy. So, technology must be used, and technology must be used in a manner that it helps the progress and help you leapfrog. So, I'm in favor of technology, and that's the way forward. If you can crack the game of managing the technology and not become a slave to the technology. That's my input.
Absolutely. Mr. Aiden?
I think if I had to boil down what parents truly want from the schooling experience into just one word, it's personalization, right? And how we deliver personalization is up to us as operators, as educators. We definitely need to employ AI and tech to deliver on that personalization, right? If you ask the parent how do they want personalization, they'll say we want 10 students in a class or something like that. But as operators, it is our responsibility, our fiduciary responsibility to parents to deliver on that one requirement that they have. And I think that's the crux of it.
Thank you. So technology personalization. Mr. Mahmood?
Well, I might echo the same thing because Vision right now, E33, it is talking about personalized learning path. And beside that, there will be, focus on growth mindset. Because it's a PISA data shows that the correlation between growth mindset and having their attainment. Well-being is a big drive, okay, and then innovation, critical thinking, those are keywords, go along with that. Well, so the future schools, in terms of the current schooling that we see, that where we have got classroom and then we have got, put in a pigeonhole student in different places. In the future, that might not be there. I might see that more of a workstation, skill station, irrespective of their grade level, and personalized learning tools are being used to provide and students move forward.
Thank you so much. Neeta, ma'am?
Since I have only 30 seconds, my mantra for a world-class school would be culturally rooted, globally competent, empathetic students.
Thank you so much.
That makes a world-class school for me.
Thank you. Maggie, ma'am?
So world-class school for me needs world-class teachers. AI will reduce the workload of teachers. Planning that used to take me 3 hours as a teacher will take 3 minutes. So the concentration for me has to be on teacher training and enabling cognitive science to be returned to education so teachers become highly skilled as craftspeople as they were years ago, and they should return to this, and AI will be the tool that will enable it. Thank you.
Thank you. Natalia, ma'am.
I agree with everything what my colleagues told, and to finalize, I just want to tell that I see the future of education. It is first of all personalization, technology integration, a blended education, sustainable education, and inclusivity. And also multilingual, because we have many different nationalities in UAE, and to understand each other, it would be very nice for all of us to know as many languages as possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my fellow panelists. So please be there for the facilitation. So let's
Thank
wrap
you.
up the session. Guys, can we have a round of applause?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the energy during the last final discussion of the day, and of course for your insights. And yes, can we have the token of appreciation for our panelists?